What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today I think we've got one of the most useful videos we've ever done before for those folks out there who are looking to build a PC. Now, this is going to be extremely useful for those folks who've never built a PC before and you really don't even know where to start. And even if you built a PC before, this is going to be super helpful in terms of just picking your parts. So huge shout out to Micro Center for not only sponsoring today's video, but coming up with something that's going to make lives a lot easier when it comes to PC building. And there's two things we know. The hardest part about building a PC is making sure all of the parts work. And the second is that building a PC online can be pretty fun. Micro Center has all of that covered. I'm actually gonna be building a PC right now, but I wanna have a little challenge with you guys. I want you guys to run on over to Micro Center's website, build a PC like I'm about to do, and tweet it at me. Show me what your custom build looks like, and I'm gonna be shouting out some of my favorite ones online. So get on to it. So let's get started, shall we? Let's grab this chair, take you guys to the computer, and show you what I'm talking about. So to get to it, guys, all you have to do is head to microcenter.com, and in the left column, you'll go to their system builder and then custom PC builder. Once you click that, it'll take you to their custom PC builder. And let me tell you guys, this right here is going to make it super simple to build a PC, or at least pick the parts to build a PC. So you've got your core components, and this is the section that you can pick all the important parts to build a PC. So everything inside of this is required to make sure your PC runs and operates. And then you can, of course, go into some of the extra stuff, which we'll talk about in a second. So to get started, the first thing you're gonna wanna select is the CPU. And what's great about this builder is that what it does is it shows you all of the different selections that you have in stock at the Micro Center of your choice. So when you go in and you select a Micro Center to be your store, you're gonna be able to see everything that is currently in stock. So when you're ready to build out your PC, you know exactly what's gonna be available once you walk into the store to pick one up. And if you don't wanna just see what's in stock, you wanna see everything that's available, you can go ahead and hit the tab on the right. So here we have all of the different options in terms of picking out a CPU. So let's say I wanna build a mid-range PC. I wanna go for this 10th generation Intel Core i5 processor. I can select that. I know it's going to be in store since it's in that tab. And you pretty much go through the same thing with all of these different components. Now, I absolutely love this because when I first built my first PC alone, this guy over here, actually, I had to call up my buddy Austin to help me pick the best parts, help me go over my list to make sure I had all the pieces that I needed. And with something like this, you just don't need that. This just makes it really easy. It takes the guesswork out of it. It's all right here and you can start picking immediately, which is just amazing. I wish I had this feature when I was building this guy. No offense, Austin. But what's also really awesome is that once you select, let's say your CPU, you can go ahead and select your motherboard. It'll automatically select the parts that are compatible with what you've selected. Now, you can buy PC parts and they might not work together. And that's another layer of confusion. So this just takes the guesswork out of it or the research out of it because it automatically lists all of the parts that you know will work with the components you've selected. So I've got my CPU selected. Now it's time for my motherboard and I'm gonna go with this. But what's nice is that I can get the prices and compare everything that's compatible with it. I can just get like a quick overview and pick the one I want. I want the best motherboard that's available out of these, so I'm gonna go with the MSI. And let's say you don't want to use the compatibility features, you just wanna browse everything that's available. You can go ahead and hit disable compatibility filters. And when you go to select, you can see pretty much all of the items that are in that section. And something else you can do, like let's say I'm on the RAM section right now, while you have a ton of options, you can go ahead and use different filtering options. So if you have a certain brand in mind, you'll be able to just get anything that's compatible from that brand, or if it fits within a certain price range, you got filters. We all know how filters work. You got a ton of them there. So now I've got my CPU and my motherboard selected. I'm gonna go down the rest of the list to go ahead and pick the parts that I know are in stock and are compatible with what I selected so far. And boom, I've got my list, guys. This is going to be my mid-range PC. I've got all my core components selected. Now you'll notice some parts are missing, like the optical drive and video capture. Those are a bit more optional. You don't have to go with those in order to make the PC, but everything else is accounted for. So with this, I could just honestly add to cart and I'll have everything that I need to go pick up my components and put my PC together. But beyond the core components, there are a few other things that you can use to, set up your PC the way you want it. There's different kinds of CPU cooling, because if you wanted to add some more components to make the computer a bit more efficient in handling the heat so it could perform better, you have those options over here. They're not necessary to make the actual computer work, but they will boost the performance. You also have software that you can pick up, like operating systems and, antivirus, that kind of stuff. Peripherals, also really important. So picking your keyboard, your mouse pad, you have the option to fill those all out. And once you've got that, you're pretty much good in terms of just having everything you need to functionally use the computer. And the last but not least, you have accessories. Now, this is a little bit different. In this accessory section, you have some of the stuff to give your computer a bit more flair. I don't know if you guys can see it with this guy over here, but I've got like RGB fans like that change colors and little RGB light strips, all that kind of stuff. And that's just to add a little flair. It's not necessary, but if you want to make sure you have all those different components that a PC would use to, just spruce it up, you have a whole section dedicated to that. Of course, all of those will be compatible as well. They all fit under that umbrella of being able to be compatible with whatever you selected at first. So this is pretty much everything that I'm gonna be going with. But like I said, I wanna see what you guys would come up with. Tweet me your picks of the best builds that you could come up with, and I'll tweet out some of my favorite ones. But there's actually another cool part. Let's say you just really need to get someone's opinion. You don't wanna just do it yourself. You don't wanna just go with what the website gives you. You wanna just get some validation, somebody who can confirm that it's a good build. There's actually a forum section that you can check out, and here you can reach out to some of the folks who will give you a better idea of how your system's looking. They can help you pick your parts, that kind of thing. Now guys, let's say you don't even want to go through that entire process of picking each and every part. Maybe you just want to see a computer and like, oh, I like the way that computer looks. I want one of those. They actually have a cool section like that too. There's actually a section right where you found the PC builder, and that's called the showcase. In the showcase, you can go ahead and show all the builds that other people have done and shared with the community. So this one's called Excalibur. You can actually just see all the components right from here. And this thing looks awesome. I like the way this looks a lot. Let's say you fancy it too and you want to get it. You have all of the parts right here on the right side. And right here, you can just hit start build like this one, and boom. With that, you can have all of the parts filled into your PC builder, and you can essentially make the exact same build. But let's say you guys just don't have the time to build a PC or the know-how. Micro Center actually offers services so that they can build your PC for you. There's a section for that, and you guys can see all the different price ranges for all the different builds. So a tier 1 build is them just basically assembling it, making sure everything works. And then you can go ahead and add more to it, like operating system install, or maybe if you want them to do some water cooling or RGB lights. There's all kinds of tiers to go through. So depending on how much you want them to be involved, you can go ahead and pick. I just think that's a super cool option that could save you a lot of time. Now, I've already selected all the parts that I need for my PC build. I ordered them. I've actually got them sitting over there. I'm gonna put this mid-range PC together. Okay guys, so here are all the parts that I selected using the PC builder. So like I said, this is going to be a mid-range PC. I'm gonna get another one of these builds under my belt. This is gonna be like the third PC that I've put together. So this is gonna be fun. Let's knock this out. I guess I gotta open them. Now for this build, I'm gonna use the Landcool 2 chassis, which is an awesome looking sub $100 case. And I like this one because it has great cable management, but also has some awesome RGB lights up front to really make the look of the PC stand out once it's all put together. First step in building the PC is going to be putting in the power supply. And I went with the PowerSpec 650 watt power supply for this build. It's all we need, and putting it into the case is actually a really simple process as long as you plug in all the cables that you'll need beforehand, since it can be a bit difficult difficult once you install the power supply. And my motherboard of choice here is the MSI Z490, and this is a sleek board which also has some cool RGB lights if you're into that sort of thing. But overall, the aesthetic of this board is awesome, and it'll be able to house all of the components I want to add here. First of which is going to be this 10th generation Intel Core i5 processor. And now this is probably the scariest part of the build, since you can potentially damage the motherboard if you force it in. So always make sure you take it slow and you just place it down nicely, and then you just close the latch so it can be nice and secure. And to make sure we keep our processor cool, added some thermal paste and then a heatsink from Cooler Master. But moving on, we've got our 16 gigs of crucial DDR4 RAM, and placing these in is actually a pretty simple process, but you're going to want to make sure you put them in the optimal slots on the motherboard and that they're placed securely. And the motherboard also has this cool removable shield for the SSD, which we also have from Crucial, and the one I went with has a 500 gig capacity, and after placing it in, you throw back on the cover and it's nice and hidden so you can keep that cool aesthetic of the motherboard. I placed the motherboard into our LandCool 2 case, and I gotta say, I'm already digging how the build is turning out. Now, we want to be able to game on this PC, so of course we need to add a graphics card, and the one I went with is the MSI GeForce RTX 2060 Ventus, and this is going to be a pretty easy install once you've got the motherboard placed into the chassis. And the only step after this is, of course, getting all of your cables connected and tucked away so that it all looks clean, which honestly isn't a very fun part of the process, but it's absolutely necessary. And after that, all that's left is, of course, to see how it works. All right, so this is the aftermath of building the PC, guys, but I think we are all set and ready to go. Check it out. Actually, I don't know why I closed it. Check it out. So this is it. All the components are inside now, and I think the last test is to just plug it into a monitor, see if it powers on, and check out this bad boy. All right, guys, so we have a bit of an impromptu desk setup over here. Turn my little modeling desk into, you know, a little spot for the PC. And oh, I guess I can do this. Boom, it's official. And we've got our SteelSeries keyboard, mouse, extra large mouse pad, headset. So in terms of the peripherals, you know, we're ready to actually use the computer. So let's turn it on, shall we? All right, let's do this. That's the power button right here. Okay, I see lights turning on. Fans are whirling. All right, let's go. And now we wait. Okay, so we had to fix the RAM up. So let's try that again, shall we? Oh, turn the power on the back and up front. Is it even a real PC build if you don't run through some troubleshooting issues? I mean, did you build a PC if you didn't? Come on. So let's see if we'll get a little something going this time. All right, all my colors are back. Yes! Let's go. All right, I'm loving this. So let's make sure everything is right. I see my CPU. I got my memory size right. All right. So, boom, we did it, y'all. We built our PC, a nice mid-range PC. If you guys wanna know the exact specs and everything and maybe get this same kind of build, I'll have it in the showcase as well, so you guys can go ahead and check it out. If you build something using the PC builder, put it in the showcase, send me a link. I wanna check it out myself. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful. I personally think this is an extremely helpful guide for anyone who is looking to build a PC for the first time, or they just want an easy process. Go check out Micro Center's PC Builder. I think it's pretty dope. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be the cool guy or girl that gives it a thumbs up. Huge shout out to Micro Center again for making this all possible. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.